Welcome in, Kuma Crew. It is once again your favourite friendly despair bear, Annakuma, and today we're talking demos again, because of course we are. I don't really remember any demo review off the top of my head, so I don't remember if I've ever talked about one where I was disappointed. So, HAZELWOOD Station, you might be the first one, my dude. I've led you a little astray with that. I have been to a point to try to get on top of the backlog I have, deleting various games that were meant to be negative or low opinion reviews. Not because I don't want to say bad things, I do like to be more positive. I like to give merit to games even if I don't like them. But I guess at the end of the day, I have a backlog, it's very big. At the minute, it's more important to get games out there that I'm really interested in. But I still want to talk about HAZELWOOD Station. That's because it was a super interesting concept, and I'm sad that it ended up being the kind of game that it was. Or at least the demo is. See, HAZELWOOD Station sees you take on the life of Clay. His wife went missing at HAZELWOOD Station, which is a long way away from where we're starting the game. On train, at least. Clay himself just got let off at work, so decided the best thing to do is take the train to HAZELWOOD Station and live life station by station. In one way, this game is very much an experience. The first person you meet on the train is an old friend who implores you to change your mind, and if you won't change your mind, then at least talk to the people on the train and get to hear their stories as well. Now, this concept is very interesting. Problem is, people are way too happy to spill their entire lives to you the moment you sit down next to them, and Clay himself is also way too happy to trauma dump right back on them. The thing is, whilst the other people are struggling in their life too, so in a way they're trauma dumping as well, Clay just sits there talking about his missing wife and is quite depressing. We get flashbacks of our life with our wife coming after every conversation we have, as Clay will fall asleep, which is a fun thing, I guess. You talk to someone then fall asleep right next to them? I feel this would be a story of coming to accept that she's just gone. I can't remember why I had the feeling that we pushed her away, but that was where I felt the story was going. Maybe it was with these flashbacks. Why am I disappointed? I sound like I like this game. It's because the way the dialogue is. Nothing is subtle. The story has an endpoint and the people want you to get to it. They will bash you over the head with the point time and time again, and none of the conversations ever come over as being well thought out or natural. Then you have the station stops themselves. Clay isn't a good person. He can't be. He just lost his job and hopped on a train with nothing to his name. Now, you can sit and play the guitar for some money, and later you open up a photography game for money, but the main way you'll probably end up making money, or at least the main way I did in the demo, was just by stealing things. This game could have been such an interesting look into Clay's life, but then they put you in a station, and it turns into a free-for-all of any idea the guys making it could throw into it to make you do gameplay stuff. Now, of course, you don't have to steal. It is but an option, but it is also the way you'll get most of your money, as you have to buy a ticket at every stop, and we apparently had no savings, and even though we've only recently been let go, we've got no money at all. Now, why I'm saying I'm disappointed is because it might have been a misconception of what the game was meant to be on my behalf. The visuals of the game looked like, as I said, an experience where you help Clay get through his trauma. When I played the game, it felt like a mess of ideas, and sadly, the most interesting two, the guitar minigame and the conversations on the train, were lacking in polish. Now, this is just a demo, and it could open up to be something beautiful, but the demo itself doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence that it will. Clay doesn't even end up coming over as a character you want to help. No one deserves trauma or anything of that sort, but I don't like Clay. I don't like myself. I don't like who I'm playing in this game. Why would I play a game where I don't like the virtual version of myself doing whatever I'm doing when I can already self-hate with the best of them? Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind stealing in games, but it just felt completely off in this game to be doing that. And Clay is too easy to be like, oh yeah, I need money. There's a guy I can sell stolen goods to, let's do that. And he has nothing else. The trauma of losing his wife was interesting, but that doesn't seem to come over his character. His character comes over as being just a selfish human, and he's not likable to spend time with. HAZELWOOD Station concept still draws me in though. I do kind of still want to see exactly what is going to happen to Clay. What happened with him and his wife to make her leave in the first place? Did she actually leave, or did something else happen? And will Clay even get to HAZELWOOD, or will he end up finding peace before he reaches there? Or is that even the point of the game? Am I just going crazy about what I thought the game was meant to be, and we're going to HAZELWOOD to murder someone? I don't know, I'm so confused. We probably aren't murdering people though, I don't think that's the way the game's going, but I do feel he might not make it to HAZELWOOD, as he might just have to accept there is nothing there for him. It did play well though, it was easy to move around the game, if a little janky with some of the mini games and getting in and out of the train. It looks pretty basic, especially on the trains which have no real decorations to them, and will have trees randomly clipped through the sides of the train. Clay is ugly, the characters aren't nice, they're all like Roblox off Temu. It does kind of get the atmosphere down a little, and it is well put together, enough that when it does release, as it still doesn't have a release date yet, I might give it a go if I feel up to it. I do kind of have to now that I'm talking about it. The point of the demo review series is to then play the games and see how they compare to the demos. Not that I ever talk about how they compare to the demos usually, but that is the actual point of it. If you are interested in how the game looks or anything I've said, then the link to the game is down below in the description as always, so please go give it a try. That is all I have time for though, Bear Cubs. If you want to continue to support this bear here in everything I do, including fighting off a moth as I wrote the script for this bear review, not when I'm reading it, I didn't know I was fighting off moths when I was writing that, I don't remember that, then please leave a like, comment on how much you hate people talking to you on trains, because no normal person would like that, and subscribe. Also leave a follow over at twitch.tv/Annakuma, where I play games 5 days a week to the best of my dumbass abilities. Till next time though, thank you for watching as always, and bye bye.